Hi, friends. Just a quick thought and a story for you. A true story. It happened when I was 16 or 17 years old. My family, along with a couple other families, decided to go and rent a houseboat on Lake Mead when I was 16 or 17. And on the third day, my father, my uncle, a couple other guys all decided to go out and try to, water ski at dawn, because that's usually the best time because there's usually no winds. But that day, it was there was a little chop on the water, and we could see in the distance there was some clouds and I think some rain. And about an hour later, all of a sudden, just the squall just hits us from the side. And my dad's driving the boat, and water is literally falling over into the bow where I was seated. And it was pretty nerve-wracking because, everything was okay, but this ski boat was so flat. It's designed to have the smallest wake possible. Water was coming onto the boat and kind of freaking out a little bit. But my concern was not nearly as big as the concern that my mom and all the kids had, along with my grandfather, who were at the houseboat, because a houseboat is basically like a big box just on water, and it was pushing onto the rocks and onto the sand. And when we got back, everyone who had stayed behind was not pleased that we just kind of taken off. But the point of the story was, I'm reminded of the story in Matthew 8 or in Mark 3, where, Mark 4, Jesus gets into the boat and the disciples follow suit, and he's probably tired from just teaching and preaching and healing, so he falls asleep. And as the disciples are trying to go across the water, there's this huge storm, and it hits them out of nowhere, and they're all freaking out, and they shake Jesus. Hey, don't you care about us? Save us, Lord, save us. We're going to drown. And he says, you of little faith, why are you so afraid? And then he got up, he rebukes the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm. And everyone's amazed by this. The disciples, and even in this story that I'm telling you, we all faced a certain amount of uncertainty. And even in the time that we're living right now, we have uncertainty in our country as far as dude, when is this coronavirus gonna go away? We have the uncertainty of what's gonna happen in November. We have uncertainty of just, our social dynamics there's a lot of tension still, and we're surrounded by uncertainty. But what I take from this story, though, is that even in the midst, Jesus is able to still sleep even in the middle of the storm. And I pray that, look, I'm not going to ignore the fact that sometimes I'm concerned, and I have some fears, and because, I don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I pray that I will have the faith of Jesus, that even despite, there's a storm, I'm still able to get a good night's rest in the middle of the storm. May we be like Jesus, where we're able to sleep and be at peace, even when everything around us is swirling about. May we have faith to move forward and to be an example, and to bring a smile and a note of comfort, to be a steward, and to share the good news, both in word and in deed. May the Lord bless, lead, and guide you. Take care, and have a great week. Bye-bye.